Hello everyone and welcome to Action RPG. I'm your host Aaron, and for today's video we're headed to the world of Last Epoch. Mike, one of the senior developers from 11th Hour Games, held his normal Friday Q&A live stream on Twitch, which means I get to bring you Dev Chat 26. And I'm excited to say that the leaks have officially started for 0.8.4. Yes, I know 8.3 just dropped, but we're greedy. We already want to know what's coming next, and he gave us a little nuggets. As always, I will share my thoughts. Please feel free to share yours in the comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe to support smaller channels. All right, let's jump right into this. So the first question actually comes from me. I asked Mike, when am I going to be able to hit one button and reset all my passive points? Because right now in 11th Hour Games, literally like reset one. Yes, confirm. You know, if you have 113 points, you are clicking it 113 times. Mike, when can I reset my passives?
Possibly never. I think it's more likely that we'll be doing a... We're definitely looking to overhaul how you redo your passives, where it'll be like right-click to remove, left-click to allocate, and then have a running total on what it's going to be, possibly a like reset button in there maybe, and it'll recalculate what the cost is going to be or something. I don't know. We still have to look at how that whole system works. It's not scheduled for this patch.
Dang it. Quality of life improvements. The next tier of gear is legendary. Is there a chance these are coming soon?
Maybe. It does mean that they are much further along than they were previous to us figuring out exactly what we're going to do with them. I would say it's a very good sign for them coming sooner than before. Someone asked me on Reddit about it, and someone was like, "Oh, we're gonna get a cold legendary," and I'm like, I think I replied something like, "There's at least one that I know of."
Legendaries are farther along. We should be getting them sooner, and there's a guaranteed cold legendary, whatever that means. You have all been so patient. It is time for your first leak. Mike, take it away.
Let's see what happens. Here is a sneak peek at some new VFX for a quite good skill in the game. Okay.
Fire.
Let's make this. Oh my god, why can't I move this? I don't know how to use OBS well enough.
That's true. Looks good.
Center it, you fool.
You can do it, Mike.
Cool, there it is centered.
There you go.
So this is the Flamery VFX rework that we are going on right now. Yeah, looks a lot more like fire, I think, which is nice.
It does look a lot more like fire. Looks good. Now Mike's going to ramble for a little bit about Druid, but does give us good information. What the community is asking, or what this question is asking, is about having your transforms 100% up all the time, so you don't have to worry about going back and forth.
We've heard you loud and clear. We know that basically the first thing that anyone does when they look at a transform that does not have a guaranteed uptime is figure out how to make it a guaranteed 100% uptime. Not everyone does this, but pretty well everyone does this. There will be ways that we're building this, and unless something changes dramatically, there's ways in the tree itself, or each of the trees, to already have 100% uptime if you want. And that'll be like relatively easy to achieve, especially because I think by the time you unlock any of the forms, your minimum skill level is high enough that you can already get the nodes to do that. So if that's like your first consideration, it'll just like be right away able to do that. I think I might be off on the math a little bit, but yes, it is something we know people like to do, and it is something we are taking into consideration heavily as we are building this. we are building in incentives to change forms still. We are building incentives in to play multiple forms. We're building in incentives to so the skills you pick along with the transform. One of the big problems with the transform is we want to get the feeling of being a bear, and casting tornado while being a bear doesn't make a ton of sense.
Stand down or die.
So we like to give you new abilities. So your ability bar changes out. That really gives you that feeling of I'm a bear. So because we do that, we pop out a new ability bar for you. You don't have access to any of your other abilities. We really want to give lots of options of things that synergize well with having bear on your bar. Because if you have and the classic one here that already exists and we're not taking it away is swipe. So swipe gives, like, you have swipe as a bear because it's already, like, it makes big sense. I'm a bear, I can swipe. And that's a really good example, but we want more skills to synergize than just... We want you to have options. So right now, you pick bear form, and if you're staying in bear 100% uptime, the other skills you take is more like, it's like swipe, and if you found a way to proc something else through some other system, or a companion. And that's basically it, right? So we want ways inside the tree itself to give you options on the other skills that are going on your bar. So we know picking bear form, for example, is a pretty big commitment in what you're going to be doing with it. So we're building in more synergies with other abilities, which I don't think is a big surprise to anyone because that's what we've been doing with almost every skill. Yeah.
Stand down or die.
Good ramble, Mike. I like it. If you didn't know, the next update, 084, is going to be really the Druid update. So this last one was Void Knight. This new one is Druid. All the transforms are going to be changing. We're going to get a new transform. The models are going to look different. The skills are going to be different. So Mike just told us it's going to be way easier to be able to stay in that form permanently. Also, if you're somebody that likes to bounce back and forth, so like, you know, you want to be ranged and now you want to be melee, there's going to be a way to buff or have advantages to being able to use multiple forms, and they are going to have more skills that proc other skills, so you just don't have wasted stuff on your bar. Druid is going to be awesome for 084. Mike, are we going to have a final boss to challenge in this game, like that quintessential enemy you have to kill each cycle?
Final boss, A9 Cirrus equivalent, is not available yet.
So you're saying it's coming. I want that fight. All right, everyone, we have come to our final leak. And as always, I'm going to allow Mike to take out this video with his final leak. Mike, thank you for continuing to do your Friday live streams. The community truly appreciates it. Now, I'm sure you've all heard by now that I have officially started a Twitch, having so much fun with the ARPG community, playing lots and lots of Last Epoch, making build guides. It's so much fun. First link in the description below if you'd like to go there and support. If you haven't joined the official Action RPG Discord, please do so. We're now approaching 1,200 members, great conversations every day. The idea is to create a gaming community that could jump from game to game together, so you never start the server alone. Link for that Discord is also in the description. I hope you all enjoyed DevChat 26. Mike, take it away.
Here we go. What's this? A wild spoiler appeared. It's a lightning conversion flame rate VFX update. Ooh. How do you guys balance the game? Is it a mix between early and end game, or is it leaning more to one side? I think we focus more on the end game balancing than early game balancing. But not exclusively by any means. We do very frequent playthroughs from scratch, and we'll generally try to tune, like we'll sometimes move nodes in skill trees either further out or bring them closer in order to, like, we'll add or remove node requirements. We'll take nodes on the passive trees and shift them up and down a little bit, and that's typically how we try and balance for early mid game, and also just base values for affix tiers as well. So sometimes we'll like shift an affix a little bit more on the top end or the bottom end, or in implicit values will move around a little bit too. So like those are the things we like to do to balance the early mid game, and we sort of do that after we've looked at the end game stuff, because quite often that doesn't affect end game much. So like moving, where are we? Say we took this node and pushed it up 1 point once. Like, say we took both of these nodes and moved them to the right one. So you needed 5 more points to get this and 5 more points to get this. That wouldn't affect endgame builds almost at all, probably. Yeah, I gotta figure out a better system for that. Take this away. And I realize you can't see what I'm talking about at all, so let me try that one more time. If we took this node here and moved it to the right one, and took this node here and moved it to the right one, it would make it it wouldn't change end game builds very much, but it would affect early mid game builds some balance.